Welcome learners. In this session, we're going to talk about Google Maps. So basically, you must have been using Google Maps right from your food delivery apps to booking an Uber. But today, what I'm going to show to you is even how they integrate their Google Maps into their app. The very first step is getting an API key. Well, yes, Google Maps is a paid feature. If you're trying to look for an open source map, then there is something called as OpenStreetMaps. You can try to search about it, but the thing is, it's not as good as Google Maps. Maps has got lot amount of data. In fact, it keeps on refreshing the data every 3 months. There are more than 360 different varieties of data points that you can retrieve from the Google Map. However, we're going to talk of very simple points like placing a marker on the Google Map and then trying to show your live location on the map. All of this we're going to try and do with the help of GeoLocator plugin. Let's dive into the session wherein head first I'm going to show to you Google Maps. Let me explain you the blueprint of our today's session, which will be helping you in getting integrated Google Maps into your Flutter app. Number one is you need to generate something called as an SHA key. Well, this SHA key is going to be something very unique computer key that your Google Map plugin will require. This basically is going to require one Java setup. I highly recommend to use Java 21 along with this. You can try to go ahead and download Java on the Oracle website. Head over to this JDK21 and then depending upon whichever operating system you're going to use, like Mac OS, Windows or Linux, you can try to download the installer file. Next, talking about the SHA key, this is going to be a command which I'm going to show running into my PC. Now, what you have noticed is this is the internet permission which I've added. Basically, it's letting my app to know that it can use the internet to load the Google Map. Over here, you notice something called as an API key. Well, we were discussing about something on SHA key and this is where you're going to retrieve it from. Do you notice I have highlighted Gradle W? Right click and then click on Open in Terminal. This will show the path of the Android directory and then you'll put /Gradle W signing report. Once this command finishes, you're going to get different set of keys with SHA being one of them. Like you notice, it shows build successful. Well, this is because I already have the Java setup being done. If at all your Java setup or your Java home variable is missing, then in that case, that error is going to be showing up into the build field. Let's see this SHA1 key, where do we put it up? Next is going to be, I have to go to the Google Cloud Console and on the Cloud Console, what I'm going to do is create a new project. Well, this is a tricky part as you can slightly get irritated at this particular point if you don't follow the steps correctly. Over here, guys, you need to have, let's say, a debit card or preferably a credit card in which you have international payments enabled. That's because Google allows you to use maps up to $300 for free of cost. Well, that's going to be a very high limit. You probably must be doing very good in your app that you are going to exceed this $300 limit. Then in this particular step, you have to ensure that this is there readily available with you. In that case, let's try and understand. I'm going to show to you Google Maps API Android key, and then when you go over this Maps SDK for Android, here will be the steps. Now since I've already done all the steps, I'm going to straight away go to the console page. So before this page appears, you will be getting that step wherein you have to put your card information. Let's click on this, and then it's going to say protect your key, and I'll say Android app. Then it says package name. Now you can retrieve your package name from inside the app folder. In the build Gradle, you'll notice this namespace. You can copy this and paste it here, followed by SHA1, in which you can copy this and paste it here. Once you click on restrict key, you're going to get one pop-up dialog wherein the key shall appear, and that key you will be adding inside the metadata over here. Since this key is going to be my own personal key, I'm going to not show it in the video, but these are the exact steps that you need to do at your end in order to have the Google Map integration to be complete. Hopefully, this comprehensive tutorial got you to the basics of Google Maps. In fact, I also explained you what goes behind creating an SHA key and how you can restrict your Google Map to use within your app, and that too within your computer limits. That's essential. Like if you have misplaced your Google Map key, then in that case it won't be getting billed in your account. That's because you have restricted to use with your app only. In this way, I'm going to teach about more coding practices. Stay tuned and keep learning with Hoping Minds.